Well, babies, I think that universe got a hold on you just like it does on me too, babies. I tell you, the more you try to run away, the more it catches up to you, wouldn't you say? And one day you just wake up like on a Monday and say, son of a bitch, I am the universe. How about that, man? Here's to you and your golden heart, too, you universal little child. Yes, you are a universal child, baby. Yes, indeed. Meant to run wild and free, just like the waters of life. Find your own little channel, man. Find your flow. Get on the go and be who you are. Because you are, in fact, a rock star, man. Each and every one of us held in high esteem. I don't care how bad you've been or what you've seen, man, or what you've done, or how bad it's been, man. The whole frickin' universe is tuning in to your life, personal like, man. And mine too, and, you know, a bunch of angels and shit. Well, I mean, everybody else, well, man, you know, we are the Truman Show in motion here at Spring Creek. The headwaters of life, the veritable source of your love today. Here on the Hazy Radio Network, wouldn't you say? I say. And if I say, then you better too, right? Because Grandpa knows what to do, knows what to say, knows how to get you out to play. Especially on a Monday. You wake up feeling like the universe. What do you say? I ain't going into work today. I had a free day Friday, and I'm going to have a free day Monday. Everybody that's been in business knows that Monday is worthless. Nothing ever gets done on Monday, except some people show up all hungover and not very happy with life. Everybody's grumpy and want to kill everybody else, man. I mean, it's just so sad. You should show up. I mean, you know, you should be really, really glad and enthused. I mean, they couldn't hold you back from going to work if it was worthwhile, man. I'm telling you, you'd be so happy on a Monday morning. You'd jump in that automobile or that UFO or whatever it is to get you down there to that working place, man, and you would be like, just there an hour early and stay an hour late and just overproduce yourself something great, you know, I mean, you know, but it don't work that way now, does it? Because you ain't happy. It's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, the big old bull backed up to that factory you work in or that big old office where you play your executive role, man, and it took a crap all over everything, don't you know? Now you got to figure it out. Not drowned in it, see, because most people do. Most people drown in the bullshit, and that's all there is to it, man. They're done. They're gone. You know, it's history, babies. You get a nice little obituary. Somebody gives a gold watch to your old lady or something, and, you know, if you had one. Miserable shit that you are. Probably couldn't stand you, man. You had to be alone and die alone. Oh, I'm sorry, babies. I know it ain't that way. You got to love in your life. But see, we got to help all these other poor, sad, sorry mother truckers that don't know one end from the other, that greet Monday with a frown and, you know, a hangover and, you know, go about it upside down, want to be an hour late and leave an hour early, you know. I mean, shit. That ain't working, man. That's, you know, hell. That's like, you know, unparadise, man. It ain't very nice now, is it? But it's up to us to recognize what's really going on here. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So we're just going to cancel out Monday today. We're going to take a day off, wouldn't you say? We're going out in the desert today, man. We're going to climb up on some high red rocks there, get naked in the sun, and hear the music of the eternities playing across our heart, man. And we're going to rock our ass off there till we get a sunburn. Then we're going back down and find us a little, you know, spring creek to dip our little body in and, you know, get refreshed, man. There's nothing like the wild waters of love thrown through the desert because it's so rare out there. You find that little creek out there, man, I tell you what, another little slice of paradise, wouldn't you say? And what Grandpa say on a beautiful Monday. Gosh, I look out my window and what do I see? Paradise everywhere, man. I'm telling you, you know, there's billionaires would pay to have a view I got here. Maybe I should, you know, charge them to come over here and look, huh? Oh, it's a beautiful life. You know where it starts, though, when you first wake up, man? That's your day right there, you know. Notice what happens. You start paying attention when you first wake up, when you first open your eyes and start to come back into this world, back out of the dream world. See what your attitude is. You know, usually it's based on some dream you just went through, which is some little, you know, psychological unrepresentation of what you've been going through in this life or something you need to pay attention to or, you know dreams are talking to you, man, you know, and dream world's fun, you know, and you just don't want to come out of it, but yet, you know, if you love life, you know, you're enthused, baby, see? And that's what you wake up with is a certain enthusiasm. Or if you wake up thinking, oh, God, I blew that one, didn't I? See, because you had a dream about it, you know? And that's your day. And, you know, we don't want to have a Monday like that. We want to be moving on just like bad company all the darn time, man. Jump in that taxi, get in that plane, get down the road and rock your heart out, man. Show everybody how much you love them so they can show that back to you so we can have peace on earth. How about that, eh? We don't need pipelines, and we don't need, oil wells and governments and bureaucracies that do nothing but screw things up. And then you get, a banana head like we got now that don't know how to even drive a boat, let alone be one. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And oh my goodness, the environment is going to go to hell, except we ain't going to let it do that, are we? Just like we ain't going to work today, man. We know better. There's a real life waiting for us all, and it's clean. And there ain't no pollution, there ain't no planes flying over, adding to the pollution. It's just like we are the universe. We realize our place in creation. We realize it took a lot to get us where we are now. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of bullshit, and more bullshit, and more bullshit, which means we really went through it, right? Because if you're any kind of life here, if you're any kind of love here, most of the folks around you, and if you don't live in Crestonia, you live in some other miserable piece of shit place, most of the folks, sorry, I'm just playing with you, most of the folks around you are going to not like you. You're too damn happy, you're too damn good at what you do, you're too damn cute, you're competition. See how brainwashing works, man? But you can only feel that way when you're separated from one another. You see, you just got to get back together inside, man. Get those 2 sides, those 3 sides, those 15 voices in your head and the heavy heart. Get them all back together again. How do you do that? Well, you take Monday off for starters, man. And you get in your little automobile, or you just get on your old Shanks ponies, man. You just, head out. And see where life takes you. Because you're going to find some magical little place. You're going to find some magical little people to hang out with. You're going to find a little time to go sit in nature and feel really divine. And you're going to start to wake up. And you're going to realize that up to now, well, I hate to say it, but your life's been kind of a waste, hasn't it? It's been serving the man. And, well, that means you're serving your fellow human in some way. So it's all okay. It's not bad. But it's just not the most, progressive and transformative and fun-loving thing we could be doing. See, we're human beings. We like to play. We're all love bunnies. We want to be loose as a goose. We want to fly like a goose, elegantly, of course, etc. We're made for love and play. That's what we're made to do day after day. Not to work. Work is seriousness, And seriousness, what does that do? It kills you, baby. Deader than hell, man. But, of course, you can't die. Neither does hell. You just have to fly out of it, man. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? This is the road of life. And if you're going to paradise, it always goes through this dark place called hell, man. Well, that's what we've been doing for a while now, ain't we, man? And we learned to rock and we learned to roll. But see, we got the bass rhythm. We got the bass harmony to go with all the rest of the flow. See, that's rock and roll. That's what it does to us. We drive through hell, get that bass harmony going on, and then we got something that drives the band to its most creative and expressive moments. You see, the rose blossoms, and you can't see nothing but rose, and you can't smell nothing but rose. That's all there is. You just blossom everywhere. You know what I mean? That's what rock and roll's all about. That's what hell and paradise all about, too, because they're the same freaking place. You just got to pay attention when you're going through it, man, you see. And a lot of times we don't. We get sucked right down into it. What a great experience that is. I know I've been in some of the most dark and depressed places you could ever be, and I hated humanity and etc., in those moments, you know what I mean? But, there's something even sweet about letting yourself go to hell like that, you know what I mean? And when you come out of it, it's like the angels reach down in that pit and just pull you by the shirt sleeve or that nap of your shirt right up out of it, And next thing you know, you're finding a life, you're finding a whole new direction, and you realize you had to go to that depressed place just to get through the infection, because it is an illness, it's a sickness, but no drug can cure it, neither can any, commercial job with some corporation. No. We've got to be self-satisfied beings, man, because that's what we really are. And when we're self-satisfied, guess what? There are no needs, baby. And then we can live a life that's so reasonable and so expansive and so expressive. That's what we're looking for. We want to go to work on a Monday morning with a smile on our face and feel like it's the most loving thing we could possibly be doing in our life. And if that isn't your reality, well, then you're not living in a reality. You're living in a hell you've created for yourself to train yourself out of it. See, now you can't be mad at yourself for being a dipshit every now and then and screwing up. Because, baby, how else you going to learn? If you don't mess up a little bit, get your face slapped every now and then, how in the hell are you going to learn, you know? You ain't. Because we're lazy mofos. Because I say we're love bunnies, you know. All we want to do is play and party. That's all we want to do. But see, when we do that, it wears us out. We die at 35 or something. Life in the fast lane, you know. Because that's not the partying I'm talking about. It's an element of it. It's got the joy in it. At least a little of it, most of the time. Some people party just because they're so damn hellaciously sad. They want to get sadder. I don't know how you can do that, but people do. How about you? I hope you don't do that. You come dance with Grandpa, you'll never do it again, okay? You betcha. You stick here at Spring Creek, right here from the headwaters of life, really close by here at 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky as we're flying through here at Spaceship Love, man. You know, and sharing the wealth of our mighty little heart. I mean, tiny little dang thing, man. You know, I got to get a microscope out to see my heart, because, you know, look at that. And yet I can flow so damn much love through it, see, you know. I could have been a regular Simon Legree. I could have grown up to be, you know, stingy and mean and rich as all get out and screw everybody else, but I didn't. I knew better. I saw too many of my friends going that path. I saw too many other people around me when I was a tiny child doing that already, and I'm saying, this ain't no kind of world. This ain't no kind of place we ought to be living. This ain't no love. I mean, they talk about love. They talk about love like it's the most magical thing there could ever be. But nobody loves anybody in this world, don't you see? It's all a big phony baloney. That's what I thought when I was a kid. All a big phony baloney shit, you know. Because people would talk about love on Sunday and hug each other and all that shit. Monday morning, watch out, world, because the guns come out, you know. And everybody's cheating everybody and stepping on everybody else's toes because we got to get up that ladder, don't you know? We ain't going to be happy till we get to be executive vice president in charge of vice. You know what I mean? Like the executive vice president in charge of executive vice presidents in charge of vice presidents who supervise the vice for the president, okay? Something like that. You know, that's the position you got to have, you know. Ask Dick Cheney, he'll tell you. You see what I mean, Jelly Bean? There ain't no reason, there ain't no rhyme. There's only what you feel. That's the deal, babies. And that's what makes it real. And that's what makes it rock, see? It's about your attitude, in other words, man. And when you start to find the gratitude, when you start to realize that all this experience has been so invaluable to you that you couldn't, you know, resist going through it. That you came here just to do that, man. I mean, you know, that's rock and roll, man. That's the medicine for your heart and soul. That's when you start hearing the Symphony of Life, which is really a rock opera, of course, man, but bigger than West Side Story ever dreamed of being, though, I gotta tell you, ever since old Natalie Wood passed away, it just ain't been the same world anymore. Well, you gotta love them all, babies, you know. And the rock opera just goes on and on, and it just keeps playing and playing. And we're just waiting for you to step into your part, to step back into your reality, get out of that miserable frickin' rut, man, you know. Tell that little slut of a boss of yours to go park it on the prairie somewhere, man, because you ain't coming in today. In fact, don't even tell him, just don't show up. Let's have some real fun with it, man. Then call him about noon. Oh, boss, I'm down in Los Angeles, and somebody spiked my drink on it. Anyway, I was like, wow, boss, I'll be there a day after tomorrow, okay? Give them a good story, man, and make it sound bodacious, too, man. Make them jealous, man. They might fire you on the spot and do you a favor, man. Now you can go find a life. Sell the house quick, man, before you can't sell them anymore, because, well, the economy is going down, babies, you know. It's like that little thing I posted this morning. Where is that thing? Let me find that thing so I can get it right here. This little thing I posted this morning says something about, you know, it's really cool to be alive in America at this point in history because it's like the collapse of the Roman Empire. But with Wi-Fi, man. Now, how else you going to get Santa Claus and his 8 tiny reindeer coming to your little home, your little coffee shop, your little place of business, wherever it is you're listening to Spring Creek, the headwaters of life, a Coyote medicine show, if ever there was one, on the Hazy Radio Network. Oh, darling, we don't talk backwards, we talk forwards. We go upside down and turn you around and we got you right side up before you know what happened, right? See? You're starting to see it a little more clear here, because I'm joking you a bit right here, but we're pulling it off, babies. And that's just the way it is, you know. So, you know, if we don't go to work today, if we get fired, you know, and all that shit, guess what? Bless the beast and the children, man. And the beast has gone away, and you don't have to serve him anymore, wouldn't you say? See, this is how, you know, in fact, you know, everybody in this wide world today, this Monday, it's the first day of spring, right? What's spring all about? Well, things sprouting up and growing and blossoming and, bringing forward, the abundance of life and lots of sunshine and cheerful, happy things, birds singing and, everybody's just, zippity-doo-dah day in it, That's what spring's all about. So here, as a favor to you, from the old coyote heart here, which really ain't that tiny, but yeah, it's not huge either. It's as huge as you are, though, and huge as the universe, too. Just like yours is, baby. So from that little coyote heart, man, it's a real holiday. And it goes on, let's say for a month, 3 months, and then we'll just reorganize the whole damn thing, start over, And if you don't have enough supplies, oh well. There's people around, there's beings around, there's spaciousness in creation that'll take care of us one way or another. You just got to make the moves, you see. That's what the universe does, to us a lot. Because remember, we are the universe, so this is how we trick ourselves into it a lot, We present the opportunity and you don't go for it, and you present the opportunity and you don't go for it, and you present the opportunity again, and maybe the next time you will, you see. You just, you go up a level each time, even if you don't take the bait, and then finally you start saying, oh my God, that's how it is, huh? No wonder I don't want to go to work today. Screw it. I'm selling the Cadillac tomorrow. But today we're going somewhere else. We're going to go play, and get our heart together, man. Start to figure out. But, this is what the holiday is all about. First off, because it's Monday, and, it's a partying day. But first off, you gotta, understand what you really want in life. What makes you happy here? What would be the most great? I'm not talking about an occupation. I'm talking about a life. See, because we're changing our whole concept of work, We really, when we return to our creative space, nobody should work at all, man. It's all play, you know what I mean? And it ain't organizing corporations and structures and paychecks and shit like that. It's more like a flower, how it just puts itself together. Has roots, and there's little cells and atoms that make roots, and it has little cells and atoms that make stems, little cells and atoms that make the buds and the blossoms, and, just goes on from there. Feeds the birds, feeds the bees, feeds us too, man. We love the honey, see. We get a little flower sweetness in us all the time, man. Well, this is beginning to see a real life. See, so you go out and you make a study of life today, not a earnest, studious thing where you try to memorize a flower or something. Hell no. But something where you go out there and get yourself in a little patch of nature somewhere and feel it. Flow with it. Go with it. Maybe you got a nice backyard like that. Maybe you're a flower-crazy gardener or something like that. You know what I mean? Whatever, man. Get yourself to a space like that today, please. Mama's calling us all forward. And she's saying, friends, family, children, my little spatial realities of creation, I love you so much. It's time to come back to your heart. It's time to come back and find the real love. I mean, I know you guys have had a lot of fun dicking around in that movie, man. Stranger in a Strange Land. And then some, right? Right. Well, now it's not so strange. Because you notice, as you return to home on the range inside, you'll see a lot of other folks around you doing the same thing, too, because you're powerful as all get out. And this is just barely begun, man, This is only the beginning, man. Only just the start. But I got to let you in on a little secret, too. It's always like that. The journey's never over. The journey never ends. Wherever you are on it, that's where it just begins. Now, okay, Monday's a beginning day, ain't it? What have we begun today, babies? Listen here. Grandpa's got it down. Now you do too, man. Let's see you coming around, okay? Come party with Grandpa today, man, out here in Crestonia. One way or another. Just send your old spirit heart out here. We'll have a great time, okay? Oh, you're doing that already. Look at that. God, we got an assemblage here this morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being alive. Let me get that coffee mug up here again and salute your sweet little hiney and everything that goes with it. I'm not bigoted and prejudiced. I love all of you. Not just the parts of you, but every little bit. Parts are what makes the picture complete, okay? And they all flow together, wouldn't you say? I've never seen an ass walking down the street by itself. I've seen some assholes walking down the street by themselves, but that's a little different, okay? Lighten up, it's Monday. Don't hold me to such a severe standard, don't you know? Here's saluting your heart, baby. On this little coyote medicine show we call Spring Creek. From the beginning, man, the very headwaters of life, the very beginning of your expansive love on this beautiful, gracious Monday morning, which is also putting the spring in your step today. Oh, baby, take a look at that calendaric thing and you'll see what I mean, Jelly Bean. Hey, from 9,000 feet high in that Rocky Mountain sky, you got that guy who's buddies with the Righteous Brothers and a whole lot more here in Rock and Roll Paradise, babies. I'm telling you, I don't have to think twice. All of the stars that ever there were, all of the stars that ever there are, coming back to life. Yeah, we're giving this old rock and roll a little newness, don't you know, in that way that can only be called multi-dimensional. Just in case you couldn't hear that, just say it right somehow. Rock and Roll Paradise, indeed. That's our green room, rock and roll heaven. Right here at 9,000 feet high in that Rocky Mountain sky. Yeah, flying with this guy, man. We got this old spaceship love hovering today, don't we, man? Yeah, well, we're still ready for takeoff. Anytime you guys want to show up, man, you know, we'll go take a little spin around the moon, maybe a little spin around Mars, Venus, Jupiter, you know, just check all that action out anytime you want to, babies. Just show up here and bring a little coyote with you, and we'll just, you know, journey everywhere, go across the universe that day, okay? Well, how about today? Why wait around for something like that, eh? The party's on at our place already, wouldn't you say? Yes, indeed, darling. See, it's that multi-dimensional thing when you got, you know, what most people don't realize is when you root down in this here humanity shit, you know what I mean? You know, you get yourself kind of focused and centered on the loving Mother Earth that gave you your birth, your place of being, B-E-R-T-H, not B-I-R-T-H, but B-E-R-T-H, which is, you know, a place of being, man. A place where you can tie up to the dock and hang your ass out there in the cool water or something. Till you start to grow into a flower again, don't you? Oh, man, you can tie up your yacht and we'll just all party, man, whatever, you know. Well, you know, what we really want to do out here in rock and roll heaven, this paradise of Crestonia, man, you know. And I want you guys to help me all dream this into being because, you know, shoot, we're living up multi-dimensional in that unified sort of way here, day after day, Monday through Friday, in that hazy radio sort of way, ain't we now? Yes, indeed, baby. See, so we just build and grow on that, man. Let's create a little dream, don't you know? Let's just bring our medicine show out there in them flats where all that land's just, you know, growing sagebrush and caterpillars and shit. We need to, you know, bring up a little bit of love out in that place. It needs a little fulfillment, you know, to make it feel like, you know, we got a righteous kind of life here. So I think what we need is like a gathering place, a crystalline shaped gathering place, man, maybe 300-500 feet in the air, thank you very much, you know, and like, you know, of course it's going to be big enough, a bunch of people can habitate in it, and right in the middle of it, you know, that's where we're going to have all the rock and roll. We'll bring back all of them, the Righteous Brothers, the King, Mr. Elvis himself. He's not dead, babies. He'd be right here, man. I'm telling you, we put this place up. We'll bring them all in, just like we do day after day here on that hazy radio with Grandpaw Coyote and Spring Creek, don't you know, the headwaters of life, the beginning of everything, you know, that you ever wanted to be and ever think you're going to be or ever think you are. I mean, you know, it's just, I'm so emotional because we're so full of each other and so thrilled to be alive and you know, just going into overdrive, guys. I mean, it's like, wow, a head warp factor 5, Sulu, please, if you would, okay? Oh, goodness, oh, goodness, I don't know where we're going to go today, but someplace where there's a real adventure, wouldn't you say? And that sure as hell ain't the workplace, is it? No way, man. You take a day off today. It's a holiday, babies. It's Monday, man, you know, M-O-N-D-A-Y, Monday. It's a beginning, you know, and it's like the beginning of the grandest holiday this earth has ever taken. Now, I got to tell you, man, you know, these cities and towns out here with huge populations and lots of zombie robots doing the corporate thing, man, you know, and making traffic jams day after day at the same time, all the time, running into each other with, you know, routine regularity, man. Shit, what a life. Well, yeah, that's the problem, see? And people really are. They've had enough. They're getting up and going away, man. You're not locking up the house and say, goodbye, Charlie, baby. I'm not here anymore, you know? It's happening a lot, baby. And because of that, you know, the corporate structure's getting real nervous. And that's why it's kind of rattling its sabers out there and threatening the people with martial law. Well, we already got that, man. You guys, I know it's serious out there. I know it's hard in those neighborhoods, but you got to keep a sense of humor about this thing. And you got to stay there in yourself and realize your power. You know, when you focus it outward in hatred, you're wasting your energy because you're not doing anything about it. You're just getting wasted and distracted, you know, and want to commit vengeance on somebody that more than likely deserves it, but who the hell are you to do that or even think that, right? See, you don't want it, because if you heap vengeance on somebody else, guess what? You're heaping vengeance on yourself, and it comes back on you again and again until you finally figure it the fuck out, you know? Takes a while. Some of us are pretty hard-headed like me. I've done that thing, man. I don't want to hate anybody, but I could get really angry, you know what I mean? And I could really get blown away by something, especially back in the, you know, the day, man, when we were all in active rebellion, openly against the whole damn system. You know, whatever our parents and ancestors had built up, we didn't think it was worth a shit, because all it wanted us to do was go to war and warp us psychologically and get us hooked on drugs if it didn't kill us off and blow us all to shit, you know what I mean? And then it wanted to drop a bomb on us on top of all that, you know, etc. You know, this was no kind of world, you know, and we couldn't see, you know, 9 to 5. What the hell is that, you know? That's just crap, man. You know, you got to get out of here. You know, you can't be living in a square box like that. You know, life is circles, round things, you know, goes round and round and round. It don't, when it winds up in square places, it stagnates, you know. Human beings ain't figured that one out yet. And it's funnier than hell when you see these castigations in the sky. You know, they've been seeing cities, just as an aside, they've been seeing cities in the sky over China. This is how you know they're a fraud and a hologram inside of a hologram inside of a hologram, because they all got square corners. Only human beings build like that. Nowhere else, anywhere in the universe or nature, is there anything with square corners. Nowhere. That's how you can tell an earthbound UFO too, man. They have a rigid nature to them, a ruggedy, sharp edge, you know. That's how you know they're from Earth, not from someplace else, you see. Mankind always gives itself away. We're so rigid, you know, with our little square corners and our 90-degree angle. Well, we're going to 180 these days, baby. We're turning our back on the square world, see, because we started it back in that day. And forgive me for bragging my little generation up. We were screwed up, you know, yeah, we messed up. We could have pulled it off. We didn't pull it off, but we started the energy of it, you know, and we got it moving in that direction. As much as we wanted to, you know, ultimately we had to buck up and go to work and pay the bills just like everybody else. And, you know, it got sidetracked, derailed. But the energy kept flowing. The love keeps growing. It's like rock and roll paradise. It don't go away. It's here to stay. So are you and I and everybody else that's out here to play, man. We're the one living in this sun. Living the life that says, this ain't depression. This not regression. This is not suppression. Suppression. But this is what? A confession. Yeah. I've been living backwards all my life, and I'm sick and tired of it. How about you, man? You know, is that what you want to say today? Is this Monday the time you finally begin that? Time to start moving forward, moving on from town to town to town to town to town, and just getting it on, John? I mean, you know, isn't it time to let your heart take you away from all of this and help you see how to create a whole new life for you and those that you love, too? I mean, don't leave nobody behind. I mean, unless they want to. You know, but provide for those that you really care about. Any way you can, man. You know, just go with that flow. Keep love going. Don't you know? And baby, you know, you really get to this place where you don't have to worry about it anymore. It starts to take care of itself, you know. Not that you won't worry a little bit, because we are humans and, you know, shit, we like doing that. But mostly it just, you know, goes with a magical flow. And we got the heart of love in it, don't you know? And it gets us away from all of the bullshit day after day. Gets us, you know, and that stuff, you know, we can appreciate where we've been, you know, because we didn't know any better. Square corners, hell, our great-grandfathers and mothers did square corners, you know, except for those on the roundhouse side, yeah. But I mean, you know, it's been an ongoing thing for a long time, the square-headed mentality, you know. And it's perfect that it has square corners because it tells on itself that it's a rigid, you know, unproductive structure, that it's contrary to the nature around it. That's what all these big, huge, tall buildings declare. It's like giving Mother Nature the finger, you know what I mean? That's what 110 stories means. Even when you self-demolish it and call it an act of terrorism. Oh, gosh. Guys, you got to admit it. You got to see through it. But, you know, just get yourself to a place where you're living in a truthful state. where you're being honest with yourself, and going with the flow and not going with the corporate state anymore, but going with what makes you happy, And you may not be able to do it just right today and just jump out of there and, I know there are people that need to and better too, and there's lots of them doing it already without my encouragement. Thank goodness, It's an ongoing revolution, and people don't know quite where to go with it, but here's the flow, man. Let your heart lead you, because just, you've got to be like a little magnet, and you've got to sense out the magnetic energy that pulls you to it most powerfully, so you spin around like the needle on a compass until you settle on, magnetic north. Basically, that's how it works inside. You let the magnetism take you for a ride. You let the love, help you expand and grow. You get out of the way with all your worry and fear, don't you know? And let yourself see what's real. And when you feel that pull, you know where to go. You'll probably see a vision of it of one sort or another. You'll probably know something of it, something what it looks like or feels like. You'll know definitely that it's pulling you. And you just go that direction. And you'll find other people already pulled there and got a little root down and, willing to help you, come around and get found there in that place, We've got some of that energy going on here in Crestonia. This place is starting to blossom out a little bit. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing here. I mean, we're still human beings and we still, have our things, but wow, the things that are happening here in this small little town, this small little area really, because the town ain't but a drop in the bucket. The bucket's Crestonia. And baby, it's a rich place to be in a lot of ways, because this is the coming together of the heart of humanity here. Well, it's happening where you are too, and in different little places all over this earth, This is only one of them. I'm not saying this is the only one or bragging it up too much, man, You got to think about it before you ever come to live in a place like this, because it's ruggedy here. We have harsh weather in the winter. We got skeeters in the summer and stuff like that. I mean, and it's not always easy to get by in a place like this, but it gets easier as people start opening their hearts and things start moving in a more communal direction here, and it's already happening. I saw a lot of it yesterday. I was just out cruising around a little bit. Haven't been out near enough since I've been dealing with all this physicality reality, but wow, I was amazed. I mean, I've been out a little bit, but what I saw yesterday happening just tickled me to no end, pleased me right to the beginning again, just like it does you, babies, when you see things moving in a good direction. You go with the flow, and then you get the medicine of heart and soul going on, don't you know? And it don't backfire on you anymore. It forward fires on you and rocket ships you to the place you got to be right away. It doesn't screw around, man, And once you really commit yourself to the avenue of the heart, the avenue of true living, let's say, for lack of better descriptive terms, the flow. Once you commit yourself to that, babies, things start happening, and they happen quick. And I'll tell you what, if you're living in one lying situation, you ain't going to stay there too long, just long enough to learn your lesson, because this energy is going to pull you right out of it. Or pull the lie out of it, or, you know what I mean? It's different for everyone, but it's going to refine itself. Let's just say that. Same with the rest of our life. Anything that's running us contrary or backwards to ourselves automatically comes up and is resolved through a process of understanding, where you see, a little bigger picture, a more multidimensional view of where you've been. It's kind of like looking at it from rock and roll heaven and seeing right through it and knowing that, no matter how hard it was or what it was, we got through it, 1, and 2, we're resilient, and 3, look at the energy coming forward from that moment now. Look how much more confident you are in yourself, etc. I mean, there's always these elements that we kind of tend to ignore that really are stupendously rewarding and bring us around in a lot of rich sort of ways and just help us, get on with our days in a very happy sort of way. So even if we wind up having to stay in that corporate job for a bit, we make the best of it, and we go there with an attitude that, will probably get us run out of there pretty quick. Because nobody likes happy people. If you're working in a sad-ass corporation and you've been there forever and ever, you're not going to like somebody that's a little bright and bubbly and happy about it, You're going to say, what's the matter with you sick SOB? Can't you see that it's time to be free? Be depressed like me? You don't want to live that way no more, baby. Joe versus the volcano. I know it's an exaggerated version of that. It's a Tom Hanks movie, Joe v. the Volcano. I remember that. Oh, God, that's an awesome movie. But it kind of described this in an exaggerated sort of way. But, you know, I mean, everybody's feeling that Joe v. the Volcano today, you know, and I mean, fate can't help but bring you around, bring us all around, bring us back to where we began, you know, because this is the beginning of time and space. You know, it's just where we started out here. And guess what? The door is open if we want to step out of it. You see, we can have it the way we want it. We can have it as nirvanic as we please, you know. It's just a matter of what will you allow for yourself. How much heaviness are you going to hold on yourself and others before you set yourself free? When you see the love in it, don't you know, then you can move on. And everything's okay. You're flowing in a different way, and these people that have been so harsh to you, well, some of them disappear because they're not real. Others, they come around. Because if you're human, you can't refuse the flow of the heart anymore. I don't care how protected you are by dark energies, how programmed you might be by a system and a reality that seems bigger than this, but it's not. You know, simple truth is simple, and it can dissolve away any seemingly negative effect right here, right now, today. It doesn't have, you don't have to wait around, you know, for anything. Just do it. This is the time. This is the place. This is why we rock. This is why we roll. This is why we dance. This is why we have so much heart and soul. Because we're moving that direction, don't you know? It's pure love, baby. 99 and 44, 100%, and you're working on the other 6/10, aren't you, see? So give yourself the freedom you need today, whether it's a break from work, a grand holiday that says you're never going back, or, you know, just going there with a different attitude and knowing it ain't going to last. Or, here's the real thing, everybody else is going to see you having a blast, and they're going to say, why can't I? You know, instead of hating you for it, they're going to start loving you for it. Things are changing, baby, you know. This whole world is coming around, like I said. The cities and stuff, the corporations even are emptying out. They're having more and more difficulty paying off people because people are seeing through the illusion of, you know, big money. It's all bullshit. It's misery and suffering, and they'll just steal it back from you as quick as they can. I mean, you know, it's the way life works, man. I mean, if you're in the money world, you're a crook. One sort or another, man. You know, whether you don't want to be, well, be honest about it as much as you can. I do. But, you know, just dealing in the money, paying people with money is an obscenity, man. See, and the fact that people charge each other for, you know, health and well-being and food and shit like, I mean, just, it's insane. You take that for normal living and you wonder why you're depressed, you see? We're forcing one another. We're doing a heartless thing in this marketing thing. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people try to put a lot of love in it, and they do good. I've done it myself. But it's still, the basic system is against you because the money has no heart, no soul, no direction other than give me more. It's an emptiness that can't, it's a dark black hole. It's an emptiness that can't be filled, you know. Well, guess what? Black holes do get filled, and there is a time they regurgitate, reverse themselves, and become a flow that is creation, don't you know? See, the black hole is the beginning of creation, compressing itself down so that it can explode outward into creation. See, that's the replication of it all over the place. So sometimes we replicate that in a life lived in this duality and get ourselves really compacted and compressed so the explosion of conscious love when it comes forward will be huge and sweep everybody off their feet, and nobody can refuse it, see? Sometimes you're willing to go through some really dark places in order to accomplish some really bright things. You know, we've all done it. It's coyote medicine through and through. And it's a clear drink of water right here for you, the headwaters of life. Spring Creek, man. From 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky, you got the guy that's your buddy, don't you know? Right here on this Coyote Medicine show that we call Spring Creek. Headwaters from the beginning. Yes, indeedy, baby. So as Rome burns, out, because that's how it's going down this time, it's just going to burn itself out and fade away. See, it's already doing it today, man. That's what this dude is, the headwater thing back there in the D.C. is like, he's a dismantler, It's like, it's all coming down. He probably should get out a fiddle and play Nehru for a while, man. Or something like that. You see, but it's all undoing itself. People are leaving positions in the government. People are refusing to do the dark and dirty things they've been doing. Contracts and hits and assassinations are not always carried out. Abominations are not committed, because they do have these kind of plans at times. Oh, the people that run that show in the dark background, they're really nasty, man. It's heartless because it's all about money, see? Which is just a representation of a heartless greed. But again, it's an avenue of compression. So now they have pulled it all into themselves. Guess what? They can't help but explode into a great, huge love explosion, man. So it's a total and complete reversal of the flow in this world. And it's happening right now inside of you and me and all the rest of this reality, no matter who we be or what we think, feel, or believe, man. It's all coming around because there is one truth, one reality inside all of us. And that's our own little personal version of it, too. It's beautiful, man, And nobody has to be overly committed or underly committed or criticized for whatever they're doing, man. It's just, it all works out now because we're not in conflict or competition anymore. If somebody does something to try and one-up you, they're not one-upping you. They're saying, I love you. Be my friend. Help me out here again. Everybody is like this, man, and it's time to wake up to it. To be the caring kids on the playground of life that we are, the little love bunnies as I call us, but the Lord of the Flies is a fiction. It's the Lord of the heart and given in childhood of creation. You know what I mean? Which is all of us. You hold the child in your heart. No matter how much you had to sell out to get along in this life, and then you get the reunion. As life comes around. It's a cycle. It's a season. Long one. We call it time. And like I say, we're out of time, man. We're just stepping out of it now, man. Enough is enough. We're coming back together with an expansive life in creation, which isn't linear anymore and don't have any square corners. It's all round and round and spiraling and just spectacularly gorgeous, just like you are. Feel that lightness inside. Feel yourself taking that magic carpet ride. How much better can it be? I don't know, but it just gets better and better, don't you see? Here at the headwaters of life, Grandpa Coyote, Obi-Wan Kenobi, my little whiny weenie dog, who is my brilliant assistant DJ. Whole bunch of angels here helping us come out to play. Mary Jane, our grandmother, within everyone's heart. And of course, that's one of my other presences in this reality is her papal presence in me, man. You know what I mean? Of course, you can have it too, man. All you gotta do is send for my papal dispensation, man, over there at thecoyoteclub.com. Set yourself free, don't you see? Coyotes with a K and Club is too. Hey, we got some new sponsors coming our way this week too, man. Some new participants in the Coyote reality, the Spring Creek waters. Oh, the clear drink of water, man. They've got some really neat stuff that'll help us clear it up even more and get healthier and healthier, okay? I mean, shit, lots of nice things coming our way. What a beautiful day this Monday turned out to be. I'm so glad you came here to set yourself free right along with me. Here on the Hazy Radio Network, baby. You got Grandpa Coyote, angels, ancestors, extraterrestrials, dogs, cats. Oh, just, worms and bats and just about every other form of life you can think of, man. Here partying down with us today because it's a bright and beautiful Monday and it's time to get it underway. Salute to you once more today, baby. You rock. I roll. And here's some more medicine for your heart and soul. Okay, baby? Oh, we love you so.
Tell me about the good old days.